Hey, how's it going, everyone? Saintsfan back again, and today I want to do something I haven't done in quite some time. I want to do another discussion video where I talk about a specific topic, and then you guys can let me know your thoughts at the end in the comment section. I'm sure some of you guys probably remember this because I get comments on it almost daily, it seems. A few years ago, probably about a year and a half ago, I did a podcast with some of my friends called the Squadcast, and in that podcast, we would talk about and discuss certain things that would happen in GTA Online and GTA 5. And I guess that's kind of where these discussion videos came from. Since we stopped doing that, I still like to discuss and I still like to talk about the game because I like it. It's a game I love. That's the reason why I'm still making videos on it, because it's one of the very few games with all its problems that I can still play daily and enjoy. So hopefully you guys enjoy this little discussion. I have written some things down, so hopefully I don't ramble too much. But the topic at hand, the topic I want to talk about, does Rockstar promote griefers? And not directly. They're obviously not posting on their newswire people in Hydras griefing and blowing up, people doing CEO runs. But I mean indirectly, secretively. Do they promote griefers? And this is a highly controversial topic, and I already know by saying that, there's going to be people that just dislike the video without listening to what I have to say, and if that's what you're going to do, fine. It's whatever. But I think there's actually a pretty deep and interesting conversation to be had about this topic. I mean, ultimately, GTA Online is one of the very few games that you can do whatever you want. It is a sandbox. I mean, that's the type of game it is. It's a sandbox game, which allows you to have creativity and freedom to do whatever you want. And I know the most popular response to the question, do Rockstar promote griefers, is that it's GTA. The game, or it's a game about crime. It's a game about killing people. That's what it is. But I don't think that should really be an excuse for griefing, and I don't think it should be an excuse for the poor gameplay design that is in the game. So mainly, I guess what I want to talk about, the main topic or the main reason this video is being made is because of the CEO system in the game. That is one of the best ways to make money. It's one of the most popular ways to make money. The downside is all of the people that try and kill you, especially the people in jets, in Hydras. And the reason that one could reasonably state that Rockstar promote griefers is because the incentive for destroying those CEO crates or the CEO items is almost nothing. I think you get $2,000 for actually blowing up or destroying one of the CEO cargo crates. That's nothing. $2,000. So really, the main reason why people blow up those crates is because they want to. Not for money, just because they are trying to ruin, the person delivering the cargo's experience. And honestly, I think that's a reasonable response. Even people out there, if you're a Hydra griefer, whether you want to admit it or not, I think you can agree with everyone else that it's not balanced. Being a Hydra griefer is far too easy, and destroying someone's cargo is far too easy than it is to actually defend the cargo from people trying to kill you and blow you up. And the reason this all goes back to Rockstar is because they haven't really done much to fix that. And that's why the question is, do Rockstar, indirectly promote griefers? Because at the end of the day, what these griefers do is help Rockstar out. Because they'll decide to blow up the cargo, which means that person loses money. And at that point, they have a few options. They can either continue attempting to sell cargo in other public lobbies where, people can kill you and you lose even more money, or they can go into a solo public lobby, which does require a few glitches, or they can just say, screw it, I'm just going to buy a shark card. And that's what a lot of the casual players do, because at the end of the day, it's way more frustrating to try and sell your cargo than it is to just spend $20 or $50, for a couple million in GTA currency. But see, it gets even stranger, because with all that being said, Rockstar have done some things to prevent griefing. So that's why it's such a weird situation that we're in. For example, personal vehicles. If someone blows up your personal vehicle, Rockstar punishes them by making them pay the insurance. So by adding that, it makes these griefers not want to blow up your car because then it'll cost them money. Also, with the import-export DLC, they did take a step in the right direction by actually giving other players an incentive to not blow up your car. If someone does steal your import or export vehicle, they can actually take it and then go sell it for, I forget what the amount is, but it's not $2,000, I don't think. I think you actually get a decent amount from it, and that is definitely a step in the right direction. Because going back to the crate scenario, if Rockstar gave these griefers or gave people an actual incentive to not blow up the crates and maybe steal them, maybe we wouldn't be having this discussion. Let's just say if you could steal the crates and then bring them back to your own warehouse, the game, I think you wouldn't see as many people in Hydras just blowing people up for no good. It would still happen for sure, but there's no other option for those people. At the moment, it's either I don't kill him or I do kill them. There's no third option. Oh, I steal the cargo and then sell it for my own. Now, before I get too deep into one side of the argument, I want to bring up something that I always see people bring up that say, well, if you didn't have griefers, then earning money in free mode wouldn't be fun, or it would be very boring, because then you would only have to worry about NPCs, which for all intents and purposes aren't that great. You could easily just, drive away from them if you're going fast enough. So ultimately, earning money just wouldn't be rewarding. It wouldn't be fun. It's not competitive. So having these griefers, it gives you a challenge, and that would be fine. The problem is with that scenario, it's not reasonable opposition. What we have now is completely unbalanced opposition. Think about it like this. Even if you had 4 people in your CEO crew, 3 with Hydras protecting you, one dude, all it takes is one little strafing run with his Hydra or a kamikaze run, and you lost your money. So even if you have protection, sometimes it can still go wrong. Another scenario, let's just say you're doing the MC business and you're in one of those slow post-it trucks, and you do get out your vehicle, take out the guy in the Hydra, or take out one of these griefers, and you continue on. The problem is they can easily get another one a minute later, and then you have to do it all over again. You have to constantly keep killing them while making sure you don't die, because if you die once, it's game over. You lose all your money. Where if they die once, nothing happens. They can just, spawn again, get a new Hydra or a Runer or, any of the other griefing vehicles, and then come back at you. So it's really unbalanced in that aspect. One thing, and I've talked about this in the past, it'll never happen because it will cut down on shark cards, although it would just make GTA Online so much better if they turned all the dots off on the map. Think about it like this. If you're in a Hydra and you do go ahead and decide to blow up people, doesn't it get kind of boring to just look at the minimap all the time? You're basically chasing the dot on the radar. You know what I mean? There's not much skill in it. There's not much excitement. You're basically looking at the bottom left of your screen, making sure you're on the right street, holding down the right trigger, and then repeating the process if you don't kill the person. Where if your dot was never on the radar, then it wouldn't be so bad, because Hydra pilots would actually have to look for a posted van that's not that doesn't look like an NPC driving, or a supercar that's driving around the map. There would be much more skill involved in people actually griefing, and I don't think it'd be that bad, or you wouldn't get as mad if you did get blown up if you were never on the radar. And yeah, there are the methods of going off the radar. You can call Lester, you can go off the radar for I think 3 minutes through your CEO, but imagine if that was flipped. If you were always off the radar, and then you called Lester to show players on the radar. The game would be completely different in that scenario. This isn't even griefing related, but just think about it, because I know this happens to me all the time. Whenever you're in a fight with another player in online, and let's just say you kill them, you always hit down on the radar so it pops up the big radar, or the big minimap, and you're always looking for the dot for where he respawns. You don't have to look for him. You don't have to listen to see if there's gunshots coming from anywhere. You just look at the map, and that's all you need to know. Unfortunately, like I said, if that scenario was to happen and people didn't show up on the map, then people would be making more money. There would honestly probably be less PvP fighting. There'd be less gunfights, so that's less money being spent on ammo and guns. supercars and, just cars in general, your personal vehicles wouldn't be blown up as much. So that's not as much money being pulled out of people's accounts for insurance reasons or not. And that in turn would lead to less shark card sales, because then people would be making money by playing the game instead of by not playing the game and just buying shark cards. And that's ultimately why it's not going to happen, which is really unfortunate, because it always seems to come back to shark cards. I really hope in the next game, whether it's Red Dead Redemption 2 or GTA Online 2 or GTA 6 Online, whatever you want to call it, I really hope they don't focus on shark cards, because at the moment, only one side is winning. And I would say Rockstar is totally winning, or Take-Two, I guess, because they're making so much money, while we have to deal with all the broken gameplay mechanics and griefing and all that in the game. Whereas if they balanced it a little bit more, we the players, and I include griefers in that as well, everyone would be happy. While it might not be as much, they might not be making $700 million a year in shark card sales. Maybe they only make $500 million a year, which is still a ton of money, and then there might be more players to play, and hell, maybe that even means they tell their friends to start playing, and then they're like, you know what, I'm enjoying myself. Here's $20 for a shark card. I don't really need it, but I appreciate the product that Rockstar have put out, so I'll give them some money. I guess ultimately, going back to the question, do Rockstar promote griefers? I think they do, and I think it's because of shark cards. Well, I know it's because of shark cards. And I actually do want to clarify, I don't know if it's Rockstar or if it's Take-Two. Obviously, Rockstar makes the game, but for all I know, and for all we know, it could be, one of the higher ups at Take-Two who says, hey, look, this might be more fun, but let's make this more frustrating so people do go out and buy shark cards. Either way, though, I think the evidence is pretty clear that in some way, shape, or form, Rockstar or Take-Two secretly like griefing, and that's why they haven't done much to combat it. And that's why I don't think we will see much done to combat it. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I know the main response I will see is that, yeah, it's GTA. Do whatever you want. The game tells me to destroy cargo, But looking past that, it's not well-balanced gameplay. So, like I said, let me know your thoughts. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Please drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. Hopefully there's some good discussion in the comment section on this topic. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.